how are you? So today I'm going to be working on an idea for magical inks. I'm not going to give you just one or two or three. No, I'm going to give you 4 different versions that you can use. So my runners up are, first one up is Mesquite. This is a tree that grows prolifically where I live. It's pretty easy to get a hold of. I'm using him as my protection. Here we have the variety that has 1-inch thorns, and yeah, let me say protection. Next up I have Saffron. This is my super powerhouse herb, often overlooked, kind of flies low on the radar, but look at that beautiful orange color. Oh my gosh, yes, little powerhouse that one is. So anything that I want to be supercharged, I'm using him. Next up, I'm using Hibiscus, another herb that grows prolifically where I live. They're very easy to get a hold of. Everybody loves to make sangria, the teas and stuff like that, or hibiscus punch, you know, in the summertime. So they are all over the place around here. I am basically using that herb for a love ink. Love, lust, passion, that kind of thing. The very last one I wanted to add to my Apothecary was an ink for money. Money, money, money. Yeah, who doesn't want that, right? So I am using basil, which is good for money and bringing money to you. I'm also using a pinch of parsley, mostly because the parsley is what's there that's like super duper green, and when I look at that I just think of greenbacks, I swear. So he's going in there. Parsley has a bit of a protective, so I figure, hey, protect the money, why not? Grab your mortar and pestle and grind the shizzle out of those herbs. I want you guys to think about the energies you wish to rouse up as you pulverize each one. Now, most of my herbs, the 3 herbs, went down to powder form really easily with this mortar and pestle. My Mesquite required me to bring out Big Mama. It's just this huge thing. Oh my god, I could kill someone with this, I swear. And I took it outside and grind it down on that bark for like a solid 15 minutes, no joke. Because what I want is the powder. The powder is what I need to get the ink going. So a quick witchy tip right here, denote a little old paintbrush to your magical, you know, practice. This is going to be one of your tools. It comes in handy when getting all those little bits and pieces and that fine powder that we're after out of the mortar and pestles, especially the ones that are a little bit more texturized, like Big Mama right there. Next up is bottling her up. Bottle of choice. Quick witchy tip, if you don't have a teeny tiny funnel, a piece of paper folded in half works just fine. That powdered herb in there, and go ahead and add it to your bottle. Just go slow, little tapping motion, get it in there. The next thing to do is add your water. Leave a little bit of space at the top. You don't want to go all the way. Look at that. Hello, hibiscus. There's a whole lot of love in there. I've chosen not to strain these inks out. I'm leaving that chunky herbiness in there because I don't mind it. I think it actually adds a more antique-y old world kind of feel, and I dig that. However, I am going to try to put in a preservative that will help it not go rancid on me, because if this ink sits on the shelf for a couple of weeks, I don't want it to go bad, or even a month. I want it to last me. So my daughter has, you know, as a little kid, you get the children's cold medicine, you get these nifty little syringes with the cold medicine. Obviously you want to keep your medicinal ones separate from your witchy ones, but I think this is another good tool to have. So what I'm going to use is just a little bit of some Everclear, which is just good old 120 proof alcohol, but I'm literally only going to put like 3 drops of it in here. That's it. I just want a little bit of something in there to keep it from getting all moldy or weird on me. Lastly, I'm going to add some gems. These are crystal gems. These are specifically rose quartz, okay? We got lovely hibiscus flower in here channeling all that love. Wanna add some rose quartz. This is imbuing it, making it even stronger, as well as serving a practical purpose. It will keep everything from getting too hard in there and stuck up in a puddle. You know, when you go to shake it, these little beads will bounce around and break it up for you, all that herbage that will settle at the bottom. So these guys are basically your shakers, but they're also there supercharging your ink. And here we have the basil and parsley mix. And he is going to get some aventurine added in. Now we have saffron. And I'm adding 3 pieces of citrine. Oops, come here, little guy. To this magical ink. Give him a good shake. And bam. And last but not least, the hardest one, my mesquite. And with this one, I am adding black obsidian chips, enhancing that protective quality. And that's it. There we have it, guys. Your magical inks. So how do I use these? That'll be the question that's gonna end up in the comment section, I'd wager. So I'm gonna take this and just remind you that these magical inks are another layer to add to your spellcraft. Think about incorporating them into the spell work that you're already gonna do. You can easily paint out sigils or symbols on a piece of parchment paper. You get extra bonus points if you anoint it with corresponding oil. Example, rose for hibiscus, getting that love energy going. You can burn these pieces of paper. You can keep them on you, put them in your pocket, put them in your wallet, keep it on your person. It's a little reminder there to help you along your day. You can use these magical inks in your Book of Shadows or your grimoire when you're making symbols or when you're adding a spell to it. You can also use these to anoint tools, your mojobags, your wands, things like that, maybe your mortar and pestle, etc. You can use these to mark out symbols on your sacred space when you clean. You can use these to anoint yourself. Can you imagine, you know, let's say I'm going to work and I work with my hands. If I put a little $sign with this ink on the back of my hand, indiscreetly, you know, just a tiny little $sign on there, basically infusing myself and my hands, my money-making machines, with prosperity. So there you go. So if you guys end up making these, let me know what you do with them. Post a comment down below. And remember, better subscribe if you want to keep track of what I'm going to do next. Because remember, you saw it here first.